Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Sistine Research, guys, posting this top 10 cryptocurrency performance since the election by November the 5th. Well, we know the crypto market has really rallied since November the 5th, since Trump won the election. This is the total market cap I have here on the daily. And as you guys can see right in and around here, this was November the 5th, right there. That's where my cursor is. And the market did just shoot up after we did see, pretty much 6 months of a consolidating period for cryptocurrencies. Now, let's not forget that all of 2024, I want to say most of 2024 was super bullish, before that point. So that was the first quarter of 2024. We did see a big move to the upside. Then pretty much since March to November, consolidation and then another push to the upside. And so how did some of the top coins perform? Well, Bitcoin, that went up 38%. Ethereum was up apparently 37%. I know we haven't heard too much about Ethereum over the last little while. Guys, XRP up 328%. Solana was only up 8%. BNB up 15%. Dogecoin up 84%. ADA up 160%. Tron up 53%. AVAX up 54%. And Link up 99%. Sistine Research also mentioning some notable large caps as well. The Sui coin up 112%. XLM up 275%. And HBAR up 457%. So a big deal for some of the top altcoins, as you guys can see from the total 3 market cap here. So this is all cryptocurrencies, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. You guys can see, and I talked about this a little bit in this morning's video. If you guys didn't catch that, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. Basically, what we're seeing for the altcoin market, we have now hit former resistance from back in November of 2021. We did hit that. We did get rejected from that. It all makes sense, guys, from a technical standpoint. And for more information, you can follow my trading journey over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. That's where I'm discussing all my targets, where I think I'm going to sell my XRP, my Bitcoin, and altcoins. All that is covered over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. But when we take a look at this, and we feel the negative pressure right now because, it was euphoric for a while. Then, over the last, let's say, couple of weeks, I guess since the beginning of December, we have seen that taper off. We've seen it cool down. We've seen XRP price really kind of cool down as well. I mean, you guys probably remember how you were feeling up here, okay, around early December. And then here, let me throw this on the hourly to give you guys a better sense of what the chart looks like. So, everybody's saying, oh, yeah, 270, 280, 290. Look at how high it's getting. Nobody's thinking of taking much off the table at this point. Some people were. But then what happened, guys? Boom. A big correction. XRP moving downward and, moving up and down, moving sideways. Again, consolidation, par for the course for this bull run. Do I think we're going to see higher highs? I do. But guys, make sure you treat your crypto portfolio according to your lifestyle. If you're holding a lot, you might want to think about deleveraging, think about cashing out some as we see more pumps to the upside. I know I've got the $15,000 plus portfolio over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. And, I'm going to be treating my altcoin exit targets in a different way than I had thought about them back in 2021 when I feel like I did cash out of some altcoins back in 21, but I didn't feel like I cashed out enough. And so, this was the reason that I started the Patreon. Really, I just kind of wanted to document my trading journey. And for those of you guys interested in following along just to see what I'm doing, again, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. So I've got some ideas. This time around, guys, it is looking different just because we are coming into a new world where cryptocurrency is looking to become more regulated. I mean, fingers crossed that this works out in the way that we hope. Michael Branch bringing this to our attention, guys. Hashdex and Franklin's Bitcoin Ethereum ETFs have now been approved by the SEC. So another step in the right direction. As expected, both ETFs will initially hold Bitcoin and Ethereum. This spot Bitcoin Ether combo ETF will likely launch in January. So that's just coming up in a week, pretty much. This will offer investors a fresh way to gain exposure to these leading digital assets. The approval is a big deal because it allows investors to buy into the top 2 cryptocurrencies directly through traditional markets. Both ETFs will be market cap weighted, with approximately 80% allocated to Bitcoin and about 20% to Ethereum. This aligns with the relative size of these two digital assets in the crypto market. Here, Bitcoin remains the dominant player, but Ethereum continues to show its strength. And here is Eric Balchunas just commenting on this too. Also, just reiterating that it is Hashdex and Frankie, that they are the first to offer this Bitcoin Ethereum combo. So, moving into 2025, it's looking bullish, very bullish on so many levels for cryptocurrency. So I wanted to thank Michael for posting that. Another one here from Michael. So Van Eck has also produced a report suggesting that the U.S. could cut its national debt by 35% over the next 24 years by holding Bitcoin in a reserve. And so I don't think this idea is lost on President-elect Donald Trump. We're going to get into that in a second. Bitcoin continues to dominate headlines as discussions around its long-term potential and market sentiment intensify. Recent reports suggest that the United States could significantly reduce its national debt by establishing a Bitcoin reserve, while the cryptocurrency's current low social sentiment may indicate a near-term recovery above $100,000 per coin. So, Bitcoin definitely going to go up above 100,000 in 2025. Again, my opinion. Asset management firm Van Eck has suggested that the United States could reduce its national debt by 35% over the next 24 years by establishing a Bitcoin reserve of 1 million Bitcoin. And this idea is aligned with a bill proposed by Senator Cynthia Lummis. I talked a little bit about that over the last few weeks. Van Eck's analysis projects a 25% compounded annual growth rate, so a CAGR for Bitcoin, which could see its price soar to 42.3 million by 2049. Simultaneously, U.S. national debt is expected to grow at a 5% CAGR, increasing from $37 trillion in 2025 to an astronomical $119.3 trillion in the same year. If Bitcoin's growth aligns with these estimates, a 1 million BTC reserve could offset roughly $42 trillion in liabilities, equivalent to 35% of the projected national debt. So boom goes the dynamite there. We need to find ways to hedge against increasing inflation, increasing debt. On an individual level, I think cryptocurrency is a great tool for that kind of thing. Even just to hedge against inflation, guys. I mean, I was telling some family members at an event last night that the best anybody could have done in 2020 to hedge against inflation was to purchase cryptocurrency. And of course, they don't want to say it because they know I've been into crypto since even before 2020, but hindsight is 2020, so to speak, ironically. Nevertheless, there you go. Told you so. But, you can't really say that to family. We're supposed to be on our best behavior during the holidays. Anyway, good morning, crypto. Posting this. President Trump mentions Bitcoin during his Golden Age of America speech. Jeez, it's just getting more and more bullish, guys, as the days get closer to 2025.
That's a record. Bitcoin has surged to an all-time record high of $108,000. Congratulations. Congratulations. And just last week, in an overwhelming statement of confidence in our leadership, the CEO of SoftBank, a very highly respected man in Asia, Masayoshi Son, you probably saw it announced that he will be investing, and only because I won the election, he made that clear, only because he has confidence in the United States, between $100 billion and $200 billion. And he's going to be investing. It's equal to about 100,000 jobs at least. And all over the world, people are investing now. They're starting the investments, and it's going to be a beautiful thing with the jobs. But they're calling it the Trump effect because even before taking office, we're already bringing in the jobs and opportunity and safety and common sense back to the USA. We're bringing common sense back.
We're bringing common sense back. Bitcoin has surged to 108,000. Congratulations. Although I was just kind of randomly congratulating anybody who invested in Bitcoin. Radar here at Radar Hits also posted this. So from that same night, Ted Cruz is also bullish on Bitcoin. Listen to this.
I'll tell you what, we are also going to unleash crypto. I'm proud to stand with crypto. I'm proud to stand with Bitcoin, and I am the only member of the United States Senate who is, in fact, a Bitcoin miner. I've got 3 miners hashing in West Texas right now, and it is beautiful. And let me say to all of crypto and all of Bitcoin, come to Texas. Texas is the oasis for Bitcoin.
All right, Ted. Texas is the oasis for Bitcoin. I mean, it's a positive sentiment. He's doing right by his people. We all got to work together, guys. We all got to support this narrative. I mean, if you're watching this show, you probably are already invested in cryptocurrencies, whether it's XRP or others, or XRP and others. It doesn't really matter. All crypto is, well, right now it's being evaluated by the regulators, by the people in charge. So we have to make sure we're making the right decisions. One day I think we're going to get out of this, and one day it's not going to be speculative anymore. It's going to be the real world crypto utility coins. Those are going to be the ones that really kind of supercharge our wealth in the future. Nevertheless, wanted to thank Radar here and Good Morning Crypto just for posting that. Now, when it comes to President Donald Trump, can we pay off the debt in Bitcoin? I don't know if you guys remember this clip from a couple months ago. Listen to this.
They think it's good. Who knows? Maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand them a little crypto check, right? We'll hand them a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
Hey, he said it in an interview. Can the U.S. pay its debt holders with Bitcoin? This courtesy of Subjective Views here. The U.S. owes its debt to two major groups, okay? So foreign holders like China and Japan hold U.S. Treasury bonds. Then there's domestic holders, U.S. investors, the Federal Reserve, Social Security, and more. The debt is denominated in U.S. dollars. To repay it in Bitcoin would require changing all legal contracts governing U.S. Treasury bonds, which would be a huge hurdle to overcome. Bitcoin is highly volatile, unlike the dollar. Most debt holders, such as governments, banks, pension funds, need stable returns, not wild price swings. The Federal Reserve manages dollars to stabilize the economy. Bitcoin, being decentralized, can't be controlled by central banks, making it impractical for monetary policy. Treasury bonds are held as safe assets in huge amounts, so in the trillions. Bitcoin's market is much smaller, and using it for such large debt repayment could cause chaos in the crypto market. So a bit of an analytical approach here, discussing the realities of using Bitcoin to pay these kinds of things off. But, maybe it's not the entire $35, $36, $37 trillion debt at this point. I think it's closer to $37 trillion. What if the U.S. just used a little bit of their Bitcoin reserves to pay off a fraction of the debt? At least that is a chunk that they can say, with a good conscience, look, we paid off, 15, 20, 25% with Bitcoin, and we still do have to work on efficiencies to pay off the rest. But, at least it's a start. So, maybe it's not all just black or white. Maybe there is a gray zone in there somewhere. Subjective Views continues by saying, some countries like El Salvador use Bitcoin as legal tender, but major economies like the US, China, and Japan still rely on fiat currencies for stability. And by the way, I don't know if El Salvador has now reversed its decision on Bitcoin as using Bitcoin as legal tender, because they did just take a handout from the IMF, and the IMF said, okay, we're only going to give you this money. I think it's something like $1.6 billion. We're only going to give you this money if you say no more to Bitcoin as legal tender. Now, that's not to say that they might not still be holding Bitcoin or using Bitcoin in a meaningful capacity for their economy, but using it as legal tender, I think that was what the IMF really did not like. Anyway, that's a side note. Subjective Views goes on by saying, so what would need to change? Okay, broader global adoption of Bitcoin as a reserve asset, stabilization of the Bitcoin price, international agreements and policy reforms to redefine debt repayments. For now, Bitcoin is viewed more as an alternative asset or digital gold, not a viable currency for paying sovereign debts. U.S. Treasury bonds equals money for the foreseeable future. So basically what he's saying, don't expect the U.S. to pay its debt in Bitcoin anytime soon, but as the crypto ecosystem evolves, those who are paying attention know what the future holds. So feel free to weigh in there. And I will link this in the description of the video if you guys do want to contribute to this tweet thread. Wanted to thank Subjective Views just for posting that. I think most of us, though, are really eyeing the elephant in the room, and that is XRP, how high XRP could go, and could XRP, in fact, be used as a liquidity vehicle? I mean, this is the reason it exists, right? Be used as a liquidity vehicle to help ease something like a liquidity crisis, perhaps? XRP Captain posting this. Here is the only reason XRP may never reach $1,200. So sit down. For those of you guys who think XRP could reach 4 digits, could it? Will it? In this bull run? Well, I mean, let's take a look at XRP right now. in a spec market, because right now we have to remember we are still in a spec market. A crypto commentator details why XRP might face a significant challenge of reaching $1,200 per coin if it looks to replicate the Bitcoin rally from November of 2011 to 2013. And I'm going to explain that in a second here. Notably, XRP has been on an impressive upward trajectory since the US elections in November of 24. During the elections, which saw pro-crypto candidate Donald Trump claim victory, XRP traded in and around 50 cents. Since then, the token has surged 336% to $2.21, outperforming most top-tier crypto assets. This rally has triggered a renewal of optimism, with some market participants predicting future prices as high as $27 and even $100 per coin. Now, I mean, I'm going to say, above $4, $5, $6, I think is definitely very doable. Definitely very doable. I think, if we're going to get up to 27 to 100, we have to pay attention, I think, to the broader picture. So let's get into this. Who are they referencing here? This is Steve of Crypto, or Steph of Crypto. Bitcoin went from $2 in 2012 to $1,200 in 2014. So what's stopping XRP from doing the exact same thing? And so here you guys can see a chart, the Bitcoin chart from back then. What is preventing XRP from doing the same? Well, there are a few comments here that are going to discuss this. Supply comes to mind, but demand is also a beautiful thing, says Dave Liu. That's true. Bro doesn't understand market cap, says The Moon Show. XRP is much more utility than Bitcoin, and market cap will not be a limiting factor for XRP. So, an interesting comment there. Supply and demand, market cap. Everybody commenting with math. The supply and demand, market cap. So what is the? Let's kind of get into this and let's see what. How somebody else explains it here. Nathan Goldstein, gave him a bit of a more detailed answer. All crypto gets is price in fiat. So let's not forget that. Okay, I guess I'm going to click on that tweet now. So it gets price in fiat. If XRP had a fiat price of $1,200, then the total market cap based on max supply would be $120 trillion. So, guys, money goes into these coins. That's how market cap is created. And you got to think, if we multiply the current price of XRP by a factor of, 600, that would mean that this would have to multiply by 600 in order to get XRP up to $1,200 per coin. So when looking at how much money would have to be in XRP, what he is saying here is that in quarter two of 2024, the total, so he's comparing it to something else here. In quarter two of 2024, the total global M2 currency supply was 129 trillion. So if XRP had to get up to 120 trillion, that's how big the market cap would have to be. So that means 93% of all currency worldwide would have to buy XRP for it to hit $1,200 per coin. Now, we take this and we look at it from the standpoint of just a typical bull run, where retail is going to FOMO in, maybe some institutional money is going to FOMO in. Chances are we're not going to see that kind of money get into just one cryptocurrency, XRP. But, and I say but, because we know real world utility is going to hit the market at some point. We know XRP is poised to really kind of ramp up once we do see real world utility. So $129 trillion today, probably not, a realistic assumption. When we consider what Bitcoin did back in 2012, we can't really compare these two things. This is like apples and oranges, especially now that the market is more mature. But what I would agree with Steve of Crypto, or Steph of Crypto, XRP has much more utility than Bitcoin. And so the market cap will not be a limiting factor. If you think of all the real utility that could occur over the XRP ledger, remember Graham Rodford from Archax. Sorry, I want to say sometimes I get Axelar and Archax mixed up. From Archax, when he said $30 to $50 trillion could, in fact, be tokenized over the XRP ledger through Archax. That is just one application. Think of all the real-world utility through cross-border transactions, through all these central banks, business enterprise solutions, the RLUSD driving more demand to XRP, tokenization of everything, right? Real estate, bonds, gold, precious metal, you name it. The more demand there is, the higher the price is going to go. Eventually, is it going to go to 1,200 in this bull run? On spec alone? Probably not. I'm 99% sure it won't. But is it a possibility in the future, and how long? I guess that's the biggest question. How long is that really going to take? I don't know. That's just my opinion. And if you want to hear more of my opinions on this particular bull market where I'm going to be selling my XRP, my Bitcoin prediction too, you can find all that at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Again, just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.